going on, guys? We're back with another RNG recruit interview. This time we have got with us a very, very talented 2025 wide receiver. This is a kid I feel that's going to end up being a coast-to-coast kind of recruit, especially after this year. I think he's due for a very, very big season. He plays for a high school that has pumped out some premier talent as well, and I'm really, really glad to have him on here, and I'm going to have him introduce himself right now.
Yeah, how you doing? Phillip Wright the third. No, I'm at class 2025 out of 10. That's in high school, where I play football and I also run track.
Man, how you doing tonight, man? Everything going good?
Yes, sir. Everything going good.
Great, man. Great. Well, I'd like to start off with what's your current height and weight right now?
Right now, I'm 6 foot and I'm 165.
Okay. And what is what's your playing weight? Like your comfortable playing weight?
I don't think I really set a set playing weight, so I'm gonna have to look into that so I
Yeah,
can do all that straight.
yeah, I understand totally. So, okay, we'll get into this off season, man. What was your focus this off season? Kind of what did you want to work on to take your game to that next level?
So my off season, I was a little bit of everywhere with track and football. So I stayed in getting the work in every day. But some mornings I did track training, so to keep my stamina and keep me running fast. I also played 7-on-7 for the NOLA Hot Boys.
Okay.
I did a couple of those tournaments. We had fun. I'm just grinding, trying to make myself better and get ready for the season.
Man, sounds like you were kind of busy this off season then.
Yeah, I was a little busy. I'm always the other sports and ripping and running, going this place and all that. So, yeah, I'm a busy kid.
Was there any specific camps that you attended?
Oh, I did go to. I went to a couple. Um, I was supposed to go to Alabama, LSU, Georgia, all that. I'm actually going to Georgia Tech tomorrow. See
Okay.
how they look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been down to Georgia Tech before?
No, this is really gonna be my first time going to Georgia Tech.
Okay. Did you get a chance to maybe visit any colleges? Just walk around campus, check things out this off season.
I went to Ole Miss like last month,
Okay.
and campus it was fire. They told me something. They told me some things about schools and like how to you could order and like a robot to come to you. That was crazy to me.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
but I know every gonna be different. So right now
Yeah,
it's time to explore my options out, and you know, so when it's time to commit, I could choose what's best for me.
absolutely, man. Absolutely. You know, you still got a couple years or 2025,
Yeah.
but are you enjoying this recruiting process so far already?
Yes, I'm enjoying it because it's my first time going through this. I'm the only son, so everything new, everything coming fast, and yeah, it's coming.
So who are those teams that are showing you love?
Right now, that's showing me the most love that I have already is Miami. I get Mississippi State, Tulane, um, Nebraska. Really, all the schools I have, they show me love. Those I said show the most. And as of right now, I'm talking to other colleges like Penn State. I just got an offer today from Texas A&M. Um,
Congrats.
talking to Penn State, talking to Florida State. So it's coming fast.
So from what I remember, you got an offer from Miami quite a while ago. Did you end up getting a new offer from the new staff, or was that still from the new staff that was a while ago?
Well, that was my freshman year, but I know the
Yeah.
coach that offered me, he's still there, and he still stay in contact with me.
Coach
So
Field?
yeah, Coach Fields, yeah. So
Okay.
all the other coaches, all the new coaches, they start following me on Twitter and talking to me too. So they keeping me locked into that system too.
I'm glad to hear that Miami is staying in contact with you throughout this entire time. I am. I'm a big Miami guy.
Yeah.
So I heard that you have clocked it in at a running a 4.39 40-yard dash. Is that true?
Yes, that was true. That was going into my sophomore year. Um, ran
Man,
that at
that's amazing, man. Honestly, I mean that's amazing for a high school. That's prop. I give you a lot of props for that, bro.
and and ever since that day, ever since I ran that time, like more colleges have been coming in. They've been wanting to see my speed. They hear about it. They also know I run track, so like that's another key component to my game. So like yeah,
That 4.3 low 4.4 when those rumors start getting around, man, coaches get real interested. I'll tell you what, they start hearing that and they definitely want to see if it's real or not. You said that you run track. What do you perform in track? What meets?
I run 100 to 200 and a 400.
Okay, you stay busy.
Yes, I ran indoor last year for my first time. I ran a 6 and a 400, and I was named the fastest sophomore in a uh, with a time of 6.88. So I'm really the top in the country, top dog. So
Man, congrats, man. That's awesome. I mean, that's amazing. If you think about it, that's really amazing. Congratulations.
thank you.
That kind of stuff, like you said, that is what catches NCAA coaches' attention. That's what catches recruiters' attention. That kind of stuff. It just, man, it
Yeah,
draws them in like a magnet. Speed is one of those things. Either you got it or you don't. You know what I'm saying?
and that speed really helps.
So the teams that are showing love, tell me a little bit more about Miami, but these other teams that are showing love, tell me a little more about them. What you've been able to learn from them, maybe the coaches you've spoken with.
I learned that they all want me. So they all want me. They all telling me the good. So I just want to figure out. I know every school has good, but I want to figure out the bad, just to know if the bad is good for me. You
Yep.
know, because every college is gonna be different. You got to pick the one that's for you. So when they talk to me, I just try to ask them questions that spark their mind to show that I have good thinking.
Shows that you're kind of thinking about the future already.
Yeah,
You're already thinking about your path and the direction you want to take, and that's important, man. And that shows. I mean, that shows a smart young man. Honestly, is what that shows.
yes.
So speaking of colleges and stuff, you still got a little ways away, but in your mind, what are some of those important factors when you're picking out a college? Like relationships, development. What are those factors that really are important to you, Philip?
The things that's important for me is what they could teach me, what I could learn on the field and off the field, what I could learn in the classroom to get my degree, what I could learn to get ready for the league, and like what I could learn to become a better man.
What was this last season like for you in high school?
My sophomore season, it was a fun season. It was my first year starting.
Yeah,
Um, I really didn't get a lot of targets, but I made the most out of them. Like,
yeah.
every time I touched the ball, I made sure I got to make something happen with it because I don't know when I'm gonna touch it. So, you know, I think that's what showed I had that dog in me. Also being on kick return and punt return, kickoff, showing that tackle, showing that I catch the ball on the punt and take it 50 yards.
Yeah.
So just showing I'm versatile, just showing when I touch the ball, I'm lethal. Anything can happen when I got the ball.
Man, I'm telling you, when I watched your film, I saw that dog in you, bro. You ain't afraid of nothing out there, man. Honestly, just a lot of guys with speed, they duck out of bounds sometimes and stuff. You ain't looking to do that. You looking to get those extra yards.
Yes, sir.
So, kind of curious here. You've got two incredible players that have come from your high school. Ed Reed and Justin Jefferson. What's it like playing for a high school known for putting out two superstars like that?
You know, it say those two really got the most popularity, but we also got a lot more like Kurt Maverick
Yeah.
and a lot more came from Dutchman. But to follow that role, to know that you right in their footsteps and they in the lead, that shows me like I could do the same thing. I just got to keep my head on my shoulders and stay in my books, and I can do the same thing they doing.
Who is your guys' biggest rival?
Uh, so I say we have two rivals, but our biggest rival is probably East St. John. That game has the most hype. That game has the most hype. It's the battle of the river, battle of the parish. But Hineville is also our rival. Every time we step against Hineville at East St. John, that's when we know we got to go off. We got to go crazy because everybody's looking. Everybody be at those games, so you got to go off. You can't have a play off. You got to go 100%.
So those games are always usually battles then, or what?
Yes, those games. I mean, last year we really had the best team in the state. We beat them like 46 to 6 or something. But 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 those teams, they have good talent and they have good people. So we know we every time we have to play them teams, we have to come with it.
No doubt. No doubt. So, in your opinion, Philip, what traits make an elite receiver? Even mentally and physically. What traits help make elite receivers absolutely elite?
Um, One, if you have speed, you got to use the speed. You got to get out your breaks. You gotta when something go bad, miss a ball, you got to bounce back and get ready for the next one.
Yeah.
'Cause you get that one play could change the whole surface of the game. So you just got to be in the right mind with your team, and you really got to trust in God, keep God on your side. So really, just keep working at your craft. You don't never stop working at your craft because once you stop that, people can pass you up, and everything could be gone in the blink of an eye. So.
You got that right, man. 100%. Do you have any favorite players, guys you look up to maybe steal a little bit of their game to add to your game?
There's some receivers. I look at the new the rookie that went to Houston, Tank Dell. I look at him. He,
Yeah.
he's crazy. I look at him. I gotta look at Jets. I look at Jets. I look at Chase. I look at Tyreek Hill. Those types of receivers, and I'm always watching them, trying to look at the releases, how they get open sometimes,
Yeah.
just to switch the game sometimes. Take a little bit of their sauce, add it to mine.
I mean, that footwork that some of those guys in the NFL have, man, I mean, it's crazy. It's just
Yeah,
crazy.
you have to have something different because I feel like once you make it to the NFL, everybody's talented, everybody's fast. So you have to have that little bit of to do your thing out there.
Just that little extra, that little extra. But that's Tyreek Hill, just that little extra speed. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, that stuff that stuff helps him win.
Yes, sir.
So Philip, if you had to describe your game to somebody who's never seen your film, how would you describe your game to them?
I tell you, my game fast. You know that.
Yes, sir.
And you just have to come watch me. Come watch me, and I'm telling you, I'll put on the show. I, when I touch the ball, some crazy things happen.
So you're more about actions and less about words, right?
Yes.
I got you. I respect that a lot. What gets you pumped up on game day, bro? Like, what gets you most? Is it pregame? Something that happens during the game? What gets you really excited?
So, on the Friday night as we going into the game, getting ready, when I'm with the guys and we in the meeting room listening to music, that pumps me up before the game. When we go out on the field and I can see the other team while we're warming up the special teams and pregame, that be the latest part of the game. But when I get in the game and I start to make plays, that really turns me up and get me ready for the next play.
I like that answer, man. I like it. So, in regards to football, What's next for you, man? What do you got coming up next?
Really, I'm just grinding right now, and I'm also doing recovery work to keep my body in
Yeah.
shape, keep my body not getting hurt and healthy. You know, just getting ready for the season, and just ready to show everybody why I'm a 3-star and why I have all the offers. So,
When do you guys start your season?
uh, our first game, scrimmage is August 25th.
Okay,
That's no, our jamboree. That's our jamboree.
got you.
So on the 25th, that's when we'll be playing Lutcher at Desherham High School.
Okay, okay, I got you. Well, man, at this point of the interview, what I like to do is I like to give recruits a chance to kind of show some love to the people that have helped them along the way. You know what I'm saying? Family, coaches, friends, or whatever. Go ahead and give them a shout out. Show them some love.
So I got to give a shout out to my parents, my mom and dad. You know, they bring me everywhere. They sometimes they get off work early and stop doing. They drop everything to just bring me to places to make sure I'm good. Um, my coaches, my head coaches, my receiver coaches, they stay on me about my grades. They always want to see me work. And my trainers, uh, Coach Robbie Green, that for DPT and Coach AB from ABX, they stay on me. They know I got that work, so they stay on me, all of them. So I really appreciate all of them, like my grandparents, my uncles, all of them that been with me on this road. So I just want to say thank you to them for helping me out, and I'm gonna keep doing my thing.
I like it. How can people find you on social media? Go ahead and plug your social media accounts.
Okay, my Instagram is underscore Philly with two Y's, two X. So Philly, two Y's, two X. My Instagram, no, I mean my Twitter. My at is underscore La Philly LAAPHILLYY. But you can search up my name, Phillip Wright the third, and then it'll pop up.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Philip, man, I got one last question for you. I'll let you get on with your night here. But this is a question, man, that I ask every single person that's ever come on this show. Recruits, coach, ADs, it don't matter. I ask them the same question, man. Why do you love the game of football? Where do you get that passion to go out there and just play at such a high level on a weekly basis?
So growing up, seeing my family members play, and I started playing football when I was like 6 years old, and just following my cousin's footsteps and seeing them do good and play and scoring touchdowns and being on the news and stuff that made me want to play football. So every time I step on the field, I'm going 100%. And when you see your family members in the stands rooting for you, I think that gives you like a little bit more to push. And every time I step on the field, it's really for my family, for God. So I won't be happy, but I also want to see them happy. So that's why I do everything.
That's a great answer, man. I like that answer a lot. Well, Philip, man, I just really appreciate you taking the time to jump on here and let fans get more familiar with you. I definitely want to stay in touch with you. We can bring you back on in the future. Let
Okay.
fans know about your development, your recruitment, all that good stuff. Like I said before you jumped on here, man, I'm expecting a big season from you, man. I watched your film. I know you got that talent, that speed. I think they're going to be feeding you a lot more this year than they did last year.
Yeah, it is, and you're gonna get a beast this season. You're gonna see me on Friday Night Football. I'm planning on get team district, first team or second team district for my first year. So you're gonna see something.
Bro, go for the top, bro. Go for the top. Always. All right, man. Well, Philip, have yourself a good night, man. And thank you once again for joining us for this RNG recruit interview. And we will talk soon, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys. That was 2025 wide receiver Phillip Wright out of Louisiana. I mean, like I said, this is a kid who is on the verge of getting ready to blow up. This is the season. Like he said, he didn't get the ball a lot last season, but when he did, he proved that he deserves to get the ball more. So thank you guys for joining us for this interview. That was Phillip Wright III. Once again, another amazing 2025 wide receiver. Keep your eyes out for him. He's got offers from Miami, plus a variety of other schools, and other schools are going to start showing love here real quick. So please, like I said, if you ain't seen that video, if you ain't seen his huddle yet or ain't seen any of his film yet, go watch it because that speed is legit. Thank you guys again, and we'll catch you soon. Have a good night.